Happy birthday, Pisces. Welcome back to Will's Cartomancy Tarot. Pisces, today I'm going to be executing or presenting an ex-lover specific type reading for you. And to shave down on some time, I've already shuffled the cards and displayed them as you see here. Okay. Let's go on and get started with your reading, Aries. We can first start viewing the card that fell to the bottom here and that card is the Sun. So Pisces, this card is a portal, is an opening in your life. This card brings exuberance, enthusiasm, attainment, and success. The Sun, Pisces, like Leo, the sign that it rules, it deals with leadership and with being the center of attention. So Pisces, this card says that you're going to be troubled because things for all intents and purposes should be good, but they are not because your heart, appears to be so unfulfilled. It says that you will not be able to get together or haven't been able to get together with the one that you love or want to be with. And it could be, again, a Leo type energy person, or it could be any sign. But what I'm seeing here, Pisces, is that others have been or they will be, vying to take his or her place. One thing with this card too, Pisces, is that it indicates that someone you were thinking about is going to, in fact, call, and it's more than likely an individual from whom you've been estranged. I'm kind of feeling that you will be drained emotionally or spiritually. And because of this, you're going to feel very, tired or, lackluster. But Pisces, the key with this card is to kind of keep an open mind, and you're going to be able to see or hear the truth that will lead you out of the desert and kind of set you free. Because this card really does forebodes well for resurrecting the passion that you once felt for someone that you may not be with at the time. So let's move along and just examine your first card here, just to look at, just to kind of create a storyline with these cards here. Let's look at the past history of your relationship. The card that falls there is the Three of Cups. So Pisces, this card is all about celebrations, it's all about reunions and good fortune. So what this card is suggesting to me is that you needed to be loved and nurtured, and you wanted to be loving, but you needed to feel that you were loved and fulfilled first. And there's a possibility, Pisces, that I'm feeling that you may have been involved in a three-sided type relationship, with your ex. Okay, let's move on to where I see you now. We have the Ten of Cups. So, Pisces, this card is all about kind of fleeing from boring or dreary responsibilities. This card suggests to me, Pisces, that, emotions are going to rock the ocean in a very unusual relationship that seems to be coming up for you. And I'm getting a lot of water signs, too. Water type, sign. You're going to get a surprise call from old flame who is going to re-enter your life and feel. And this renewed love bond, Pisces, is going to evoke, great feelings of love or devotion. And at times you're going to be moody, but for the most part, I see you being adaptable and flexible. And I see you also, Pisces, enjoying socializing with friends or family, or freeing yourself from the cares of the world, and or perhaps, a sudden departure from home to a new environment that could come up for you. I'm also seeing, too, that you can expect to make or perhaps receive a long-distance phone call. You could possibly even receive a postcard from a friend who is away also with this card, Pisces. And, many messages from your friends or relatives I see that you're going to be receiving, but your troubles, Pisces, will stem from really, it looks like having too many responsibilities or irons in the fire, and really feeling that there's no help or visible means or support in sight. This card, Pisces, is asking you to trust a little more, because it's not going to be easy, but keep trying. And the hint with this card is that you're going to be very successful. Okay? So let's move on to your third card and just to look at where, where your ex is now, and we have the King of Wands here. So this is clearly, it represents an air type temperament, an Aries, Sag, or Leo. But more specifically, this card is all about ambition, developing and, future unfoldment. This card says that problems kind of cause your partner to kind of shut down emotionally, but really not letting on to what was really going on inside made the pressure build for him, or it's making the pressure build for him or her. He or she appears a bit hurt or disappointed that you or perhaps someone else played him or her false. Okay? Your ex needs to, this card is suggesting that your ex kind of needs to loosen up a bit. Professionally, I feel that your ex appears to be making important business contacts where he or she is, still in his head a little bit and contemplating. You see how this king is kind of sitting here, kind of like pondering, more of an introspective type, view of or thinking about a relationship. Okay, let's move on to card number 4, and this card basically will examine what you really feel about getting together, or how you feel about getting together. Okay, that's card 4 here. So this card is the 4 of Wands here. Okay, so the keys here, Pisces, are marriage or a stronger commitment. Therefore, this appears to be what you desire, but you might want to quit or give up. But Pisces, this card is in fact suggesting your lover is going to return a call when you least expect it. But I'm kind of feeling you're going to be confronted with unexpected problems, and will wonder if you or your partner is kind of being totally honest or portraying a situation to be really the other way that it is. And at times, Pisces, you're going to feel very self-conscious and you're going to want to run and hide. But at other times, you're going to meet issues head on. So what this card is saying is that, Pisces, try to produce the best you are capable of, as effectively as you can. And don't try to live up to a conception of how, you think you should be, or what anyone else thinks for that matter. Okay? Let's move on to the next card, Pisces, and see, what your ex really feels about getting together. Or how your ex, really feels about getting together. Okay? So we have the Hangman card here, Pisces. So with this card, Pisces, think transition, postpone plans, a life, full with suspension, stagnation and frustration. So, Pisces, this card kind of marks a point in the fool's journey when he begins to kind of question the deeper meaning and purpose of his life. So, this card is unresponsive, to anyone else's opinion, because this card kind of tends to go his own way and does what he, kind of feel that is best for him. So, with that said, your ex appears to be stuck in neutral and feels isolated. He or she wants to release this problematic or painful situation and let perhaps a higher wisdom handle his or her affairs, so that he or she can perhaps let go of a discouragement, striving or really trying to figure things out. And what I'm saying here is that not knowing where he is going or he or she is going to do, and kind of waiting for you to make a move or do something, it's kind of making him or her feel that his or her life is kind of out of, their hands in some sense, and there's nothing that he or she can really do to change it, So, Pisces, let's move right along and just look at your next card and look at, who or what opposes, kind of what you want, all right? So we have the 5 of Swords here. So, Pisces, this card depicts an empty victory, and the unseen problems or conflicts that might develop. It's more of a card that, hey, you win, but what was it really the effort, that you put in to get it? Is this really what you want? So therefore, what I'm saying here is that, domination of one person over the other can kind of ruin any union. So if you've been playing the heavy and taking advantage of, of your significant other, or vice versa, you'll soon find that you've lost more than what you gained. Alternatively, don't allow your significant other to continue asserting power over you. It could be the other way around. So either way, the relationship has probably failed and will soon end completely unless you're both willing to compromise and make some adjustments in this relationship, Pisces. Okay? Let's move on to your next card and just look at who or what can help you get what you want in regards to this situation. So we have the next card as being the Chariot. So Pisces, this card represents ambition, determination, and a bit of youthful energy. So it's the kind of go for it card. And its purpose really is to inspire you to kind of test what you have learned and to prove your abilities, Pisces. So this card says, look to your inner world. Change the way that you're reacting to events and kind of choose to be happy. Because when you let go of fear or doubt, success will eventually come. And you will soon have a new perspective and attain, great peace and satisfaction. Okay? Let's go on and move on to the next card, which reveals something you may not know about your situation. Okay, we have the Seven of Swords here. Okay, and Pisces, this card is all about really uncertain and unstable conditions. More of an introspective type look. So this card says that, again, an admirer will want to see you and will phone or kind of give you a phone call or come over. However, the hint in this card is for you is that no matter how much you want him or her, you're going to do without it before you will put yourself in a compromising position, as you should. And you, again, need to have an honest discussion and stop sidestepping things with this individual. Because for as long as you do this and hide your true feelings, that the relationship that you want or you may try to reconcile, it's going to continue to stall. So, however, I'm kind of feeling a lot of serendipitous, advantage that is coming your way that will put a smile on your face and things are going to clear up and work out. Okay? Let's move on to your outcome card. And we have the Judgment card here, which is this card. So this is really the outcome or the resolution to your problem. So what you'll find with this card, it's usually it's called a lovebird card. It's usually a card that brings someone that has hurt you in the past. They return to your life, as I've been suggesting to you throughout this entire reading, and they're coming back for either a second chance or to apologize. It is a card, like I said, the baby, I'm sorry for what I've done card. But again, how many times have you heard these apologies, Pisces? So again, although you're going to reunite with your partner, his or her actions or attitude might cause you to think twice about seeing him or her again, or starting up again, or even perhaps continuing on a relationship. However, Pisces, after a period of suffering or failure on your part to find happiness, the past, it's going to begin to fade, and you're going to experience, Pisces, a regeneration of mind or spirit, which is going to be directed toward new ideas, new areas, and new beginnings. And you and your significant other, therefore, I'm feeling, would either reconnect or commit to make things work, or you're going to call it quits. But again, your reading is really suggesting that you two need to really have an honest discussion about things. Okay? Now, just to give you some parting advice, Pisces, I just wanted to derive your numerical theme, or what I call the quintessence of your reading, to just give you a few more parting advice here. And what I did is I just added up the numbers in all of these cards here. And, the quintessence that your numerical theme is the Hermit. Okay? So here's that card here. Okay? And, Pisces, this card demarcates, a phase of, reclusion and orientation when one collects oneself, okay? Especially before stepping into new realms of experience. So with this card, Pisces, being your quintessence, you might consider, retracting and taking a look inside to kind of see what you really want, to realize what is really right and important for you. Until you do this, I don't feel that you should take any action um, before you really get clear about the things that you really want. I also went along and selected a few more additional cards for you. I selected Use Doreen's Virtues deck and the Wisdom of Avalon Oracle card. And the card that appears here is Wealth. Okay? So, Pisces, this card is really a marker of abundance as well as success. So it, pretends a time of emotional satisfaction. Just know, Pisces, that by the end of the month, you're going to attain that which you seek. And the way in order to attain is, particularly with your ex-lover situation, is that you really do need to have this honest communication. Okay? So I went on and pulled another card from Colette Baron Reed's deck, this time called the Enchanted Map. And the card that I selected is the Gentle Gardener. Okay? So this card is also suggesting to you to, really be your own person. It kind of reminds you that your thoughts, feelings, and beliefs create the reality, Pisces, that you experience. So, but this card is kind of beckoning you to believe in limitless possibilities, and you will see miracles unfold. Okay? So, Pisces, this is what I have for you. I do have a few more additional postings that I'm going to be posting for you as bonus readings for your astrological sign. I look forward to hearing your comments. And again, with any reading, this reading may have not resonated with everyone, but for those for whom this reading was meant, I hope that this has altered you, food for thought, and I certainly would look forward to hearing your comments regarding this reading. Should you like to request a more personalized, specific reading, you can send over an email to wat61073@gmail.com. If you'd like to view additional services that we offer, my website address is www.watconsultinginc.net. I look forward to doing more postings for you, and please remember to subscribe. Thanks a lot for your time.